Hey YouTube, I'm here in the studio, rocking it, listening to some Christmas music. So I'm not going to do a hell of a lot, but smoke cigarettes and a little bit of this, illegal shit. And you guys are welcome to hang out and stare at a never-ending source of wonder and amazement for everybody. My grim visage. I used to go by Johnny Oswald when I do the bit of MCing. It was kind of a phase. I still do it, but like, I'm not performing it anymore. Cheers to Merry Christmas.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need.
You guys like Michael Bublé? I'm a big Michael Bublé fan. Bublé can't be beat. I mean, if you're not listening to Michael Bublé Christmas, you're just not listening to Michael Bublé. Check it out. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Michael Bublé. It's called Punk Rock Christmas, available on Cleopatra Records. Pick it up. Booze. So I was thinking about how Christmas is low. I can explain Christmas better than anybody. Christmas was 9 months after God impregnated Mary. It gave birth to his only son, Jesus. Call it December 31st. Seventh-day Adventists don't believe it, but I did. Now, honest to goodness, one of the reasons we celebrate around the season time of Christmas is because I don't know how you would keep up with leap years, for like 2,000 years. Seems like that would be pretty tricky to get that perfectly right. Like on the exact calendric date of December 31st, but I always celebrate December 25th or 31st, whatever. And, I think it's pretty fun to celebrate Christmas and get tanked. It's what I do. I'm good at it. People like me, we celebrate Christmas really passionately. I'd be getting way drunk. way drunk. I know it's bad. Like, would Jesus approve of me like drinking? No, but at least I'm not proud of it. You know. I don't know. I generally get pretty danked around Christmas.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, Christmas party on. Mistletoe on flag, you can see every couple dresses down. Rocking around the Christmas tree, Christmas music free. Everyone lights up looking fun, and we're just so cute. You will get a sentimental feeling when you get it. What's the thing that makes me jolly? Rocking around the Christmas tree, happy holiday. Everyone dancing, everything, giving you old-fashioned way.
So the mailman's coming by right now. I just saw him go by that way. He's going to go by this way. He doesn't like me very much. I accidentally set my garbage can out by my mailbox. I was going to leave it out until next week. And I forgot it was next to the mailbox. And apparently, like, he came over to the house and he was, like, trying to get to the mailbox. I was like, God damn it, fucking move your fucking trash can. Shit like that. It was like, I'll beat your ass, nigger. Like, you know, a lot of people like to say N-word, talk, you know, stuff like that. Not me, though, you know. And, like, you know, I actually, like, punched a black guy in the face. You know, got away with it. Like, most people, like, they might, like, you know, I remember being like, oh, yeah, he's that white guy who we can, like, trust to be, like, down with the racist movement. And, like, I'm not part of a racist movement. I just drive a lot of N-words. I'm not racist, you know? I'll drop any racist term I want in a free country. There's no such thing as hate speech. Never was. All right? And, you know, I mean, you could say there is, but, no, there's not. You can't regulate what people can and can't say. Even with threats. Like, that was one of the first things they really regulated, is if you make a threat, they can have you arrested. Even that's kind of edging the legal line and what's constitutional. Because, like, the fact is, oftentimes people get enraged, or they'll have a breakdown, or maybe they're on drugs, and they'll vocalize the threat. But much like happened with this one douchebag who, like, went onto a government web, probably thought he was a super hacker or something, went onto a government website and said he was going to, quote, kill a bunch of Mexican babies. Well, he's in federal prison now. Now, I get it. That's not good to do that. However, saying legally that, you know, you'll be arrested and sentenced and punished for freely expressing language of any kind, including a threat, to me is really pushing it in terms of freedom of speech. You know, I mean, obviously somebody at some point came up with these rules of, like, well, we want to stop these people, you know, stop these people from hurting others in these shootings. So how about we make it totally illegal to threaten somebody? But like Bob Solomon says, when you threaten to kill somebody, let's say you get really angry, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. When you say that, do you really mean it? No. Nobody ever means it when they say it. It's just an expression of anger. You know, the people who actually kill people don't threaten to do it. Hardly ever. You know, sometimes maybe they had an incident, but generally those incidents are exacerbated by punishment for, you know, being that type of guy. And also, a lot of these angry outbursts do occur from cell phones, in my opinion. Like, has anybody ever seen some of these videos of random people just kind of, like, really freaking out on airplanes? You know what I mean? Well, that, to me, there's more there going on than meets the eye. It's quite possible that there could be surreptitious Chinese or Russian tech in that person's technology that they brought with them on the airplane, that, you know, all of a sudden they just push a button that triggers what they actually admitted being used in Chinese cell phones called non-kinetic energy, to just, like, they just go click, and I can go like this, to go like. Remember seeing that guy on the airplane where he's just like going, all of a sudden they're spazzing out of nowhere? I believe it comes from cell phones, and that they can trigger certain types of people to get those certain types of reactions to essentially attack Americans in America just by way of those little iPhones and smartphones. That's my belief. It's fairly paranoid, I understand that. But I don't see much of an explanation for certain types of events, incidences, and, you know, oftentimes when somebody spazzes out, it says, I'm so mad I can kill you. Them getting arrested is the worst thing you can do in this situation, because once you arrest them, then they're going to feel persecuted. Then they're going to feel like, you know, they're going to feel like the world is calling them crazy and they think they're sane, and you're trying to get them a treatment for vocalizing threats, when really what we need is more happy pills for people on the brink of not mental stability. You know, not these antipsychotics. You got all sorts of sides. I'm talking like a lot of these incidences where it's like somebody gets shot, somebody gets stabbed, there's fights or threats or whatever, would be solved simply by pumping America full of Xanax and Valium, Klonopin and Ativan. You know, I mean, if it were available OTC, half these shootings wouldn't even occur because they'd be asleep. I mean, look, I'm here to tell you right now, we need change in America. Just like Barack Obama campaigned on change from George Bush's culture, we desperately need change in our culture. And a lot of change. You know what I mean? I really mean that. Like, we need to alter the way we operate our country. Like, in a big way. And we can't just stack stuff on top of it. We have to, like, do a 180 as a nation. I mean, that's what I think, at least. You know, I'm just one man. But in my opinion, there needs to be a change in America in the way we do things in terms of what's legal and what's not legal. It should not be legal to be hauled away in handcuffs for communicating what a terroristic threat. It's actually what they call it. They don't even call it a mental health threat. They call it a terroristic threat. So essentially what they're saying is people who are not mentally healthy, and you have all these little, you know, people following that going, my body's a temple, my body's a temple. It's like, sure, just get away from me, you know? And, you know, they call these IVC orders terroristic threats is why they induce these involuntary commitments. So isn't that a little bit backwards that we're calling mentally ill people terrorists? Because, like, I don't know if that's necessarily a smart move, legislatively, legally. I mean, there are certain things that are the law. There are certain things that aren't the law. You know, and we need to distinguish the two. A doctor is not the law. A nurse is not the law. A hospital security guard is not the law. An individual citizen is actually the lawful right holder of their person, and those rights are not to be infringed on. So when these doctors, nurses, schools, you know, police officers start infringing on those rights, then you have to ask, what are we really looking at here? What we're looking at is a time when Trump is, you know, essentially being subverted by the law. And is it legal? Well, we all know that once one of these slap suits is filed or an involuntary commitment order is called in, you could be 100% in the right. You're going down. So now the only way Trump has out is to get elected. Otherwise, doing 4 years in the pen, probably. I mean, how does that not seem like a kind of disconnect there? How a former president would be going to jail for what? Not filing their taxes, right? No voting muck up. That's not right. We all know. I mean, they want to send it, you know, even if it was, maybe give them a couple weeks. You know, send Trump, cool your heels, man. You know, set him for a couple weeks and let him off with a slap on the wrist. I could see that. But they're literally trying to sentence him in total with over 150 years of jail time. He's our president. There are people who murder people in the street and get like 30, 40 years. They're trying to give our former president 150 years in jail. No. Something is wrong with the legal system. and we need a miracle to fix it. And it's not going to take anything other than legislative action. So we as people have to elect Republicans. We have the judiciary forever. So now we need to take our legislative branch and connect that with the judiciary and connect that with the executive branch under Trump. And we can actually make some of these changes that will not just help Republicans and stuff like that, but will help everybody, even if they don't like us. You know what I mean? If John Thunders, I'm going to skip it. I'm not really a big fan of A lot of people don't understand philosophy like existentialists on the streets like we do. They study it in a removed way. You don't study philosophy in a removed way. Live existentialism to learn about while reading philosophy. That's how you learn actual philosophy. And what I have learned is how to write philosophy. And apparently people seem to be impressed by my writings online. They have been at certain points. I used to be a lot better at it. But I had a subscription to the National Review. So that's gone. Yeah, I don't even think they print it anymore. R.I.P. William F. Buckley Jr. But, my writing is kind of gone down the shitter. But I still do philosophy, and I think, it has the impact of, making people think about punk rock and stuff in a deep way, themselves and stuff, Maybe even think about Jesus. What's going on in my world? How'd you like to flip? Have your help. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna lead at it.
Give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys.
I'm just happy to be in Durham, YouTube. I moved to this wonderful abode. I have a really super cool, super hot roommate. And, I'm pretty happy living in Durham, I mean, it's not like right downtown, but literally I can get to downtown in like less than 5 minutes, So I'm happy. I don't know. I celebrate Christmas, bigly. You know how Republicans are. Democrats are pussies, man. They really are. They fight like cowards. They act like pussies. They have no emotional cohesion or intelligence. Democrats are swine to me. You get along with them. Try to. It's fucking hard for me sometimes to get along with Democrats. It's I'm like, hi, my name is Brendan. I'd like to speak clearly to you about clearly delineated communications between people. And they're like, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to speak to you clearly. And they're like, that's cool, bro. Kind of not cool though. We like to remember the bubble. I'm like, oh, all right, Democrat Party. Always suck. It's what we call the grand old party. Gallantry, gala balls, events. You suck my gala balls. Is it gala balls? You suck my gala balls. I got college balls in your mouth. Wow, we're going on 30 minutes of streaming. Still nobody here. Did you want to see what Satan looks like? So I was telling my roommate, Not just, I got this vinyl out, right? I can show it to you. Check it out. This is my trophy. And, it's not easy. And you can see there, LEIPZIG record. It's got my name, EMO Headache. And, I was going on about I really want to make it big and something corporate. It's cool. I like doing underground stuff. And maybe not even something corporate, but I want to play stadiums. You know what I mean? And all you need is some fancy mask and these press autoplay. You just sit there and play your originals. And dance around and stuff. I guess I can do that. I don't know. So I think if I'm going to be a big time something corporate emo superstar, I should probably start wiping my nose more properly. But I really, I just like to, get in a position where I essentially, this is why I want to make it big in music, as opposed to just have it always be me doing underground stuff. I want help with my music. At this point, I have to do everything myself. And there's cool aspects to do it yourself. But when you do it yourself, DIY it, get an album out, then it's now I'm ready to transcend DIY. Now I'm ready to have other people do some of the shit for me. Is that wrong? I don't know. I'm at a position where I have my first album. Just came out. It's in shops. It's Google EMO Headache. Find it in shops and buy it. It's $35 for a copy. I'm I don't even have $35 in my account. It sucks thick, but it's the truth. I can't even afford my own album. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just one of those things. Roll up some more. Don't get to that. Climate change 73. No, what are you talking about? I told you what I say on YouTube. Fuck you, climate change 73. Alright, who would you rather drink a beer with? Let's say on the opposite side. Who would you rather drink a beer with? Bernie Sanders or Bill Clinton? Really? Huh. fresh shit. Just got it in Amsterdam. I think you smoke enough of this shit, it'll get you stoned, man. Don't do that.
Now let me do a solo over that. Play it.
That's the position I want to be in, where like we're in the studio and I'm like, let me do a solo or like sing it that way. Like you can't do that in your house. You can try. Some people collect enough gear, but I don't know. Oh, I got the weed smoke in my eye. Oh, right on. I'm just gonna put this down on my head. A lot of people don't understand how cool I am on YouTube. I don't know, it's not for me. I think it's a very interesting time to be alive in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Probably wouldn't have expected the world to change that way on 9/11. And I don't know, I didn't really expect COVID-19 or all this stuff to happen in the world. I guess as I get older, I feel like the world is like, collapsing all around us. And, the world has always been collapsing. It's called gravity. But, I don't know. I think it's an interesting time to be alive. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive. I'd be fine with dying. I'm ready for heaven anytime it comes. I'm definitely I find heaven preferable to earth. Most people kind of cling to this world. But, I definitely prefer heaven to this. I think it's way better. I know because I'm a fallen angel. No, I'm kidding, of course. God loves all people, even fallen angels like me. Put satanic messages on the record, which I did. I can play it for you. I'll play it another time. Satanic subliminal messages. They don't. They're hard to catch. But yeah, I got rid of my cell phone, man. I've been cell phone free, for, I think I got rid of it. I cannot even remember, but let's see, I got rid of it probably about I think it's been like 5 or 6 months since I got rid of my cell phone. And I'm never turning back. I got a home phone now. I'm never going to have a cell phone ever again. Never. Not in a million years. I just heard this one news story about how Ukrainian soldiers aren't allowed to own cell phones when they're in combat. And I started scratching my head thinking, why is that? And it's basically like you put one and one together and realize cell phones are all compromised. Now, we're not, as individual Americans, necessarily, as much of a target as, say, somebody on the front lines in Ukraine might be, obviously. But if you're in eastern Ukraine fighting against Ruskies, you're not allowed to have a cell phone. That's because you could potentially be targeted. In America, the likelihood. One more shot of the room. Check it out. This is what my room looks like.